Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. It's kind of odd. I made a video talking about American scum, and the reason was it's that attitude. There's people that are Americans only by birth. They don't have the American attitude, and if you don't have the American attitude, you're not going to understand what it means for America to be great again. And that's what I want to talk about. The thing is now see, I think I was born before plastic. At least, like I say, I've been in the restaurant business. And when my first memories of the restaurant business, everything came in either fresh, a can, or a jar. I don't know if you've seen those gallon jars with big mouth on them. Jars came like that. And there was nylon. There was some nylon, but there wasn't any plastic. I'm sure that, there was plastic. I gotta take that back. But it wasn't in any kind of everyday use. And the reason I say it was plastic because it reminded me there was television. Television was just starting getting popular when I was a little kid. I didn't use it for entertainment. But it was just something to look at, and then I go on because I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy, so I'd rather be outdoors having fun than watching TV. So, maybe not. I might have been jumping the gun on that because I thought they were made of plastic, and they weren't. They were wood. They had wooden cabinets, is what the TVs were in. It was a glass big old tube, and a wooden cabinet. Now, the reason I'm making this video is it didn't dawn on me that, I don't even know I'm getting old. I'm 67 years old, and I keep myself in really good shape, not only physically and emotionally and spiritually and attitude. I've got a really good attitude. By now, all kinds of bad things happen to me. And when the bad things happen to me, I just shake it off and move on. That's what Americans do. And, they used to do. And this, I think, is one of the things that is going to be making America great. It used to be, like I say, America was making and developing so many things so fast. You wouldn't get mad. Everybody was involved in the development of the United States. Everybody was involved. And how much effort you want to put into it, that's the rewards that you would get back out of it. Now, one of the things, and you didn't, now you do your history, and you check this out. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. But they found a test, an 8th grade test, and it was from Kansas. It was an 8th grade test, and you had to pass this test to graduate from 8th grade. And 8th grade was a minimum you had to have, way before my time even. And that test, I could do over half, but I couldn't do the whole thing. I couldn't believe how knowledgeable these people were way back when. I think the test was from the 1800s, sometime in the 1800s. And but the thing is, the one thing that they were taught was how to think. And then once you can think, you can develop, you can imagine, you can make things happen. And like I say, part of the greatness of being an American is that attitude of can-do attitude. What was that? Roosevelt or somebody said it's a can-do attitude that the Americans have. And it is. There is, and like I say, I'm an example. I am an example of how Americans used to be. They weren't scared of doing nothing. They get themselves in anything. I've told you I haven't told you even all the businesses I've got into. And you could get into businesses. But like I say, now we've been regulated, and the regulations has added more. I know some of my companies, the businesses that I've had, in the early days, my wife could do all the bookkeeping. And like I say, and my wife said she married me because I had a strong back. In other words, I don't mind working. And so she didn't mind writing down all the money I made. So, but that's how it started. But eventually we had so many regulations, so many forms we had to fill out, we ended up having to get an accountant to do all that stuff for us. So then that adds on to the expenses. I mean, we're trying to make a living, and now we're going to make a living for an accountant. You know, how much money do you think I'm going to be making? You know, and I got to save money out of all that, because you don't have continuous good times. Life is up and down, up and down. That's where the gold and silver comes from. You know, you get more gold and silver when it's good. When times are bad, you know, you might just get a little bit. But you need, at that time, people knew that they could work hard, work smart, and they could get something done. They could get somewhere with their lives. Even people with the big companies, they would have people work for them and stay working in their company, you know, forever. There's people who work in there and retire from their company. And it used to be everybody all over the world wanted something made in the USA. That was something to be proud of. And now nothing's made in the USA. But that's one of the things that Trump was talking about. As he relaxes these regulations and less paperwork, all these things that you buy now could be made in the United States. And remember, these things are made up of a lot of things. You might end up getting a screw company, just makes little screws to hold these things together. Learn how to make plastic, and you can start doing that kind of stuff. I tried at one time. I was going to start my own automobile company. I got fabricators from all over. Somebody would make the right front fender, and someone the left front fender, and you know, like that, all this. And they would bring all these items to me at a certain time, and then I would assemble them, and I'd sell them. They wouldn't let me do that. Why? Because I couldn't go along with all the regulations that went along with that. And this was way back at that time. This was way back. It had been in the 70s, I think, something like that. So I think that might be why I went into the oil business instead. You can't even go into the oil business now. You know what I mean? So, like I say, if they really wanted oil, they would get out of the way and let Americans start drilling for oil, because there's a lot of oil out there, and I can get rich off of a well that would do less than a half a barrel a day, and but with all the regulations and stuff, they make it that you're going to have 3 or 4, 5, maybe 1,000 gallons or 1,000 barrel a day to get rich. But like I say, at that time, I got into late 70s is when I got into the oil business, and even my wife was shocked, you know, because I didn't know anything about oil. I didn't know nothing at all, and I needed experience. So then I started working. I worked for drilling companies, and then I worked for people that were setting up the wells and producing. And then after I worked for them for a few months, and then next thing I know, I had my own. So, and it's that can-do attitude that is what made the United States great. Now, the education, the way the system is set up, people whine and bellyache. You notice when Obama was president, I didn't make I don't think I made any videos talking about Obama, up until after Trump got elected. But before that, I didn't. And because it's Obama and his attitude is the problem that made everything that everybody else bitches about. There's a lot of videos bitching about all the dumb things that they do, but you're not going after the cause, the reason why this is happening. Like I say, we lost the American attitude, the American way of getting things done. And we lost it because of all the regulations, because of this New World Order, the UN, this type of stuff is just complicating things. And so it made people so they stopped dreaming. And like I say, I don't know how that works. I still keep dreaming. I can still keep getting into businesses, and my dreams are far, far more than I could possibly reach. So I start jumping. If I can't reach for it, I jump for it. That's the way the Americans would do. So when they start talking about making America great again, it's not going to be Trump. Don't get yourselves all messed up. It's going to be you and me. We're the ones that are going to make the United States great again. The idea is Trump is going to get the government out of our way. There's going to be so much opportunity. Even now, there's opportunity all around us in the United States. And I find, I'm in Central America, and I still find opportunity. And that's because I've got that American gumption that, hey, let's get things done. Think about that when they start talking about the making America great again. You and me, we're going to make it great again. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.